YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. We are back with another video.
Is it okay to date more than one person at a time?
No. I would say yes.
Okay.
Just because, again, I'm coming from a single standpoint. These two ladies are in relationships, loving relationships. But me, personally, I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. Just because, unless me and him have an understanding that we're both going to be exclusive, I'm not going to just put all my eggs in this one basket here.
As me being someone in a relationship, me personally, I'm like nah, that's not for me. You know, there's some people out there that's into that. That's cool. I'm not knocking that or anything. But me personally, if you're being serious with someone, I think it should just be with one person. Unless you're dating, having fun, then, have your fun and see what you like, see what you don't like. You don't have to just tie yourself down to one person. But when it comes to being in an exclusive relationship, I do feel as if you should just be with one person.
I definitely agree.
Yeah. If it's exclusive, like they said, if it's exclusive, of course, it should be just y'all. But I mean, if it comes to dating, for me, I just feel like I would still say one person because it's hard to keep up if it's too many people.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be, I'm like a loving person, so I don't want to like catch feelings and then have to realize like, hey, it's really not like that. Because then, your feelings and emotions are like all over the place. So it's just, I mean, everyone has their own options when they, when it comes down to that type of stuff. Some people like to date around until they find what it is, what they're looking for. But I do say don't settle. So if that's what you want to do, then go for it.
My thing is, when it does come to dating, is never know how that other person is feeling. So unless y'all had that conversation of, hey, let's make sure we're both doing this together and we're both gonna be exclusive, I think you should do whatever you want to do. Date. Be a Laura Harvey. You feel me? Be a Laura Harvey.
I feel the need to wear makeup. Me personally, no. If you got clear skin, all of that, you wouldn't feel the need to put that on. Of course, it's nice. Fix yourself up. I wish I knew how to do makeup. Just to put it on whenever I feel like going out or whatever, but do I feel the need to wear it? Absolutely not.
Makeup, I always used to be one of the ones I didn't care for makeup. Like sometimes wear, a little eyeshadow, because too much makeup, I feel like I don't look like myself.
Same.
But I mean, if you want to wear makeup, it's up to you. I mean, it's not a preference for me, because sometimes, a lot of people can look good with and without it, so...
Me personally, I've never been the makeup type of girl, which is why I don't know how to do makeup.
Same.
Like Dee said though, like I would want to learn how to do it just in case, because sometimes you do want to dress up and feel like a different person. So especially when you go on dates, especially when you like taking photos of this, that, and the third. You want to be able to learn how to do that type of stuff.
I agree.
But me personally, 24/7, you're probably going to see me without makeup. I think this year has been the most time I wore makeup. And I literally just started wearing eyelashes, guys. Yeah. So it's like, I don't really care for makeup.
Yeah.
I don't.
If anything, lashes. I say lashes and make sure your eyebrows are straight. But other than that, like the foundation and the extra stuff, no. Yeah, I can pass on that. But the natural stuff, yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie too, and I know a lot of girls can relate to this too. I feel like makeup sometimes when you wear it so much, you start feeling insecure about your real looks. But not saying that makeup completely changes your face, but it does enhance your look. So I think people get so comfortable with that look to where they can't even go outside before they even put on makeup.
It's like a filter. If you ask me, like you get so accustomed to having that filter on, whether it's Instagram, Snapchat, whatever y'all use, to the point to where when it comes to the filter's gone, y'all freaking out. Yeah. So it's being comfortable in your skin and being comfortable with who you are.
I agree. Because, I mean, that's why I stopped wearing eyelashes for real. Because at one point, I was like, I don't like my real eyelashes anymore. Like, I felt like I couldn't really feel secure in myself without the lashes. So I think if you are going to wear makeup, have a limitation to it.
What does it mean if a guy isn't being consistent? What y'all think that means?
I feel like it means he's
not interested, right?
He doesn't
think he's fully
you.
invested.
And that's how I feel, y'all. Like, I don't know why. I don't know know why I keep meeting guys that are not consistent. And it stresses me out, and it makes you question yourself. Like, is it you?
Yeah.
Is it the guy that you're choosing? Do you need to change your standards up a little bit? Like, you start questioning, you start having all these questions for yourself. But truthfully, girls, and guys too, because a lot of girls are not consistent either.
Yeah, right.
It's not you, it's them.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. It's them. Because I'm gonna tell y'all personal experience, like as of right now, like I was talking to this one little guy, and we were cool. Like, he would call me every day, this, that, and the third. We met up, we had a couple of dates, but he became inconsistent.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, was he not feeling me the way I was feeling him? And this is why I say y'all need to have that conversation about where y'all want the relationship to go. At the beginning, don't be afraid to have that conversation, because if you don't, it's gonna leave you with all these questions in your head that's unnecessary when you could have just asked that person.
I agree 100%, especially, when things start off a certain way, everything's consistent, and then after a few weeks, things start to die down. That's when it's a turn off to me, not being consistent. It's a turn off, and it makes me uninterested. So that's why, like she said, it's good to have those conversations up front and set those intentions.
I automatically think if a person was consistent and they stop being consistent, that they're also entertaining someone else, because it's like, how do you go from talking to me every day, I'm getting all your time, and now it's like, I might hear from you early in the morning, but night, or you go disappearing at certain times of the night. I guess from just previous experience, that's what you automatically think. And once I see that, you're not being consistent, I start matching your energy, and we can kind of go from there.
Yeah, like me personally, as soon as I see it, it's like a red flag for me. And
It
I gotta go, because I'm just so tired, especially if you're questioning yourself, like, especially when you're in that talking stage and you're questioning yourself, like, should I call him? Like, is he with his friends? This, that, and the third. And that's another thing, too. A lot of guys will spend a lot more time with their friends than they will with you. I personally, this is what I believe y'all with. If he's interested, or guys, if she's interested, she's going to give you her time. Regardless of how busy she is, or regardless of how busy he is, he's definitely going to make that time. Because, like I'm saying, we all are busy.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if I'm feeling you and I'm invested into you and I want something to come from this, I'm definitely going to give you my time. So it's no excuse when he says, oh, I was just busy today. Oh, on my phone was dead. Oh, I'm hanging out with the home. It's no excuse. Trust me, it's no excuse. So don't fall for that, girls. Don't fall for that, guys. Because at the end of the day, if they want to spend time with you, they will. And that's just all I'm gonna leave y'all with on that one. Because look, it's just, I could be all day with this. I could be all day.
I just say love yourself.
Yes,
and,
always.
Don't settle, especially because you don't have to, and just know your worth. So if that person's not giving you 100%, then move on. There's plenty of options.
How many chances should you give somebody before you give up on them?
Oh,
I feel like it just depends on
the relationship itself.
And like, the time kind of investment, how big of the situation is. Because some situations, it's not just that big. It just really depends on what it is. And just really depend on how much you're feeling that guy. Because if you're not really that interested, you really don't care to keep on dealing with the bull crap.
I agree.
So if he's not really bringing anything to the table, then it's easy to just say you can go. But if you can see he's making effort and really, have a lot to offer, then it might be a little, give a little more options.
I definitely agree. As long as the effort is there, as long as he's willing to change, up the stuff that he's messing up, then I'll stay, but it's only so many chances I'm gonna give you.
Definitely.
Like, once we hit, I don't even want to say 3 chances, because I'm really a one chance girl.
It's hard. Take them to the curb, right? But I'm saying, if I see your potential and I know your potential and I see you at your best, etc., then I'm gonna give you chance after chance, just because I've seen the type of person you can be. I see that in you. So, sometimes people, they go through these stages in life to where they messing up after messing up. So, you got to give people a chance to grow as well, especially if you see that in them. So I wouldn't say just automatically give up on somebody, but be patient. Be patient and actually see that person for what they're worth. But at the same time, if you don't see that in somebody, don't waste your time either.
I agree, be patient. But if it's becoming draining for you,
yes,
and you feel like you have did all that you could do and that you didn't talk all you can, like, let it go.
I agree.
Because
don't water a dead plant.
It's no point in being in a relationship when you're the only one putting in the effort to make it work.
I agree.
Because that draining part, you start feeling used, you start feeling insecure, you start feeling all these different emotions that you shouldn't be feeling. Because at the end of the day, it's so many people out here, somebody that's gonna really take you in and really love you the way you're supposed to be loved. So it's don't stay if you feel drained.
How to know when you're ready to lose your virginity?
Ooh. Okay, this is a good one because I wasn't an early bird. I really wasn't. Like, I was in my 20s and I felt like I wanted it for myself. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like I was being pressured. I didn't feel like I was just in love with this dude. Like, I didn't feel none of that. I just was at a point in my life where I wanted to experience it. You know what I'm saying? So I think you should be ready. Don't do it because somebody else is pressuring you. Don't do it because all your friends are doing it. Don't just do it because you're ready to do it. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna be like some of these girls or some of these men that's like, I regret it. And if you regretting it, then that means you shouldn't have did it.
No, I agree 100%. A lot of people, they lose their virginity at a premature stage in their life too. Or they think, oh, it's an age limitation, I gotta lose it before I'm 20 or whatever age. So they fall into that peer pressure. I just say lose it whenever you're ready. Not because your friends are out here doing it or because you feel like, oh, I'm this age, I should have already lost it. No, it's no age limitation on that.
None.
Especially, that's your first time, so you want it to be as special as it can be. So definitely do it for yourself.
Because once it happens, you can't get that time.
You can't get it back. You can't.
Because I mean, when it came down to like losing your virginity, I always thought at first, wait till marriage. That's the way we was brought up on. But I just feel like when, like you said, new experience start coming out, you want to know, like, when you start being more adventurous. Sometimes you feel like a lot of times if the guy, he wasn't a virgin when you met him, so sometimes you feel like, well, if I'm not doing this, then it's like, okay, he might be getting it for somewhere else. So sometimes if, you just end up making the wrong mistake. So it's like, just really do it when you're ready.
Definitely.
And if a person doesn't want to stay because, you're not doing it, then that person is not for you.
Not for you at all. Trust me. A guy that's really in there for you is going to understand your boundaries. And he's going to respect them. Trust me. Because all the guys that I did date during my time when I wasn't doing that type of stuff, they respected it and they still wanted to marry me. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends. It just depends on the type of guy that you're dealing with. If he is pressuring you or this, that, and the third, or if she's pressuring you, the boys, let them go. They're not meant for you. Because at the end of the day, once you do sleep with that type of person, they're probably going to up and leave.
Not, he doesn't have a job or not really able to bring that much. Do you feel like because you're already situated in life, will you settle for that, or you just feel like
you deserve more?
You deserve,
I'm gonna laugh.
Me personally, you can always get that out of someone. Yeah, they're attractive, but you can't really get that motivation or that hustle out of someone. They have to have it in them. So as long as they have that motivation, that hustle, and that drive, then we can work around whatever. It doesn't matter if you have a job right now or, at all. But if you have that motivation, that hustle, and that go-getter mindset, then we can work on all that, and I can help you out with that. So
I agree. I definitely agree. If I see that you have that drive and you're not lazy and this, that, and the third, like Dee said, we can work on it. But at the end of the day, I think in these type of situations, you start feeling used at some point. Because not only used, you start feeling unappreciated. Because it's like you start to do all this stuff. You're the only one going to work. Every time you're getting home, nothing's done. You no food on the table. Dishes still in the sink. This, that, and the house still dirty.
That's gonna make you angry.
That's gonna make you angry, and then that's what creates toxic relationships.
Yeah, it do.
Because now you arguing every day. over something that could have been fixed. So if he doesn't have that drive, this, that, and third, I cannot deal with it. I'm sorry.
And it's gonna get to a point to where one person starts feeling like they're doing way too much,
Way too
than
much.
the other person. So,
I feel like in this stage now, you have to bring at least something, because we already been through the other stages where you already settled for so much of people losing their job and all that, and not really trying. So nowadays you have to try, because I don't want to feel like I'm giving 100 and you're not really doing anything, because then it feels like, I mean, I just feel like, bottom line, you're just not trying to date no bum. And just like a guy, he wouldn't want a girl who just sitting around just being pretty and just not bringing anything other than a look. So it's like, to be able to build and, you know, have houses, cars and stuff like that, you gotta do something, because nowadays, like, bills are going up high, and looks is not just
it's not cutting it no
Not
more.
cutting it.
Yeah.
And I think in some situations it is a double standard, because a guy will most likely date a girl with nothing before a girl would date a man with nothing. And I think that's just because they like control. And you'll see most alpha females as well that would date somebody that doesn't have much, because she likes control as well.
Too.
But me, I want mine to be balanced.
Because see, I had friends who, you know, been through that before, where it's like, you know, they date a guy, and then when, you know, he like fall off, like, meaning he's not really trying to do anything, then it's like she end up falling off too, because you know, he start to be a burden. So when you're being like a burden, it's like, how can you really just like come back from that, other than, you know, moving around?
Because I think in a relationship, y'all need to motivate each other.
You do.
Y'all definitely need that motivation, because if one person not as motivated as you feel like you're not doing enough, or you feel like you're doing too much.
That motivation falls off on both ends.
You start feeling lazy like he feel lazy, or you start feeling like she feel lazy. It's just, I don't know. I think y'all both should be hustlers, both should be motivated, work as a team. For
exactly.
Sure.
Now, if you fall off while you're in a relationship, then it's okay. You know, you helping that person.
You push them up.
But if you're just too comfortable where you just okay with doing nothing, then it's like,
that's a problem.
It's a problem. We gotta know about self-love, because I think that's very important. Once y'all really get to know who I am on this channel, y'all understand that my biggest thing is confidence. I love people that are confident. I do not like when people don't understand how beautiful they are or how handsome they are. Like, at the end of the day, we are all beautiful. We are all important to somebody, whether it's yourself, this, that, and the third. But when it comes to self-love, I tell my friends all the time, and they can vouch for me on this, I think you should get up every day, do your hair. If you're a guy, get your hair cut. Not get a haircut every day, but you get what I'm saying. Like, keep yourself up. Like, don't be moping around the house all day in your pajamas, this, that, and the third, because at that time, that's when you start feeling insecure, and you start feeling like you're not doing enough, and you start questioning yourself too much. So I think it's important to get up, get dressed, feel good about yourself. Even if you just got to take yourself to the movies. Like, take yourself out to the day. You don't need nobody else to do it.
No.
It's important for you to learn how to love yourself before you can love somebody else.
Definitely. I mean, like she said, when you look good, you feel good. So, you know, you get yourself up, you get all clean, all nice, you look good, then you start to feel good, and you spread that love to other people. But when you not feeling so good, and when you're not looking so good, you spread negative energy onto others. So it's so important to have that self-love for yourself. Take care of yourself. It's more than just, you know, doing a facial, lighting a candle, but actually take care of your mental. That is so important. And a lot of people don't understand that.
I agree with, you know, pretty much what they were saying with self-love. I mean, I just don't like, you know, when people are like too cocky, because then that's just like, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you anything.
Yeah, you're going to turn it on yourself.
Just,
I would say another part of self-love too is change your morning routine. Don't let getting on social media or checking that stuff be the very first thing you do in the morning, because that has a lot to do with your mental as well. So you want to be sure that you feeling your best, you're ready for the day, not, you know, worried about other people's lives and what they got going on and making comparisons, because that's a form of bad self-love too.
I definitely agree. Social media is a big part of why people are insecure about themselves. And I'm going to tell y'all this now. You don't have to be like them. And trust me, a lot of these influencers are not really living the life you think they're living. So just live your life for yourself, because when you get so caught up in the comments, so caught up in what other people are doing and how much money they're making, this, that, and the third, you start feeling very insecure about yourself. And like I said, the key word here today is confidence.
Yes.
Like, you got to remain confident in yourself regardless of what's going on or regardless of what somebody else said to you. Do what's best for you. Speak life into yourself.
I agree.
And that's very important. Trust me.
Generation is so wrapped up into other people's lives to where they're not tapped into reality. So always be tapped into your reality, not other people's reality, but yours for sure. So you don't want to fall into that trap or just the society in general and just you become down with it. It's depressing, actually. It's depressing in comparison.
And on that note, girls, do we have any more questions?
No, that's it.
That's it.
All right, guys. So thanks for tuning in. This is our first episode of Girl Let's Talk. We're going to do a lot more episodes like this.
Yes.
So if you love it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and go ahead and leave me some comments.